Mouth Behar yells, "Let her you-know-what go," after Meghan Mccain walks off show in epic showdown. By Rebecca DeCirio, Entertainment Politics for MadWorldNews.com. Joy Behar and Meghan Mccain, two of the co-hosts of The View, may be the final nail in the coffin that ends the show for good. Insider leaks from ABC staffers tell the shocking tale of real catfights behind the scene. And this last one went nuclear, with loudmouth Behar screaming to producers, "Let her but go." You don't want to miss this. Meghan McCain thought she was making it big time when she left Fox News to join the shrews on ABC's The View. McCain should have known better. Every co-host who is not a flaming liberal ends up quitting the show before their contract is up. That's not surprising, right? At this point, The View is a joke and should be canceled. Insiders at ABC have leaked the details of the ongoing feud between Joy Behar and Meghan McCain that has finally reached the boiling point where McCain walked off. Tensions between Joy Behar, 75, and Meghan, 33, have reached near nuclear levels, and despite efforts to create peace between the Democratic co-host and Senator John McCain's Republican pundit daughter, things have only gotten more bitter, reports the Daily Mail. Joyless is suffering from Trump derangement syndrome. Might I add that that's not curable? And anything the president comes up in a discussion, anytime the president comes up in a discussion, Behar can't contain her big mouth. She starts to scream and yell that Trump's a racist, an accusation she makes almost daily, yet she can never back it up with any facts. According to sources at ABC, Meghan feels like she's hated by her co-host and hated by the heavily liberal audience, and it all came to a head on February 9th. Loudmouth Behar started screaming her usual rant, "Trump's a racist," and that resulted in an on-air blow-up with Meghan shouting the racist accusation is very serious, and as a Republican I am offended, before Behar countered, "As a Democrat, I am offended by Republicans." The Daily Mail adds, even after co-host Sunny Hostin tried to diffuse the situation and get the conversation back on course, Behar and Meghan continued to battle in an argument that mirrored the legendary on-camera spat between former View co-host Rosie O'Donnell and Elizabeth Hasselbeck. But it gets worse. After the show wrapped up, both co-hosts retreated to their respective dressing rooms and sounded off their grievances to show producers and network executives, the Daily Mail has been told. Behar allegedly told producers, "I'm sick of Meghan's bull crap. This crap has got to stop." She's also openly griped that she can't stomach any more of Meghan McCain's whining about everyone hating her because she's a conservative and how the audience hates her. "If she doesn't want to work here, let her but go," the source said. Behar told executives, before adding, "If I hear her say my father one more time on this show, I'm going to puke on live TV." Well, apparently the shrews, Whoopi Goldberg, Sunny Hostin, and Joyless Behar, said Meghan McCain can't go an entire episode without name-dropping her father, Senator John McCain. This got back to Meghan, who stormed off the show. Meghan yelled at the producers, telling them the show was a toxic environment. Now there's a surprise, a toxic environment? How could that be? They're so lovable.
I'm offended by a party. So all Republicans probably, and everyone.
Okay, let's get to the beginning.
You're offended by Republicans, so all Republicans probably, and everyone. Offended by me sitting here. I'm offended by a party that backs a racist. That, that
Oh, come on. Oh, come on, Meghan.
Why would they clap?
72% of the Republican Party thinks he's a good role model.
I'm actually going on the Van Show on Saturday, and I was actually looking forward to talking about this in a way that is respectful and not being told that just because I'm a Republican, I'm offending you. We are not going to move the needle one way or the other, just throwing out platitudes and hubris like that.
Yeah,
and I would like to have a real conversation about it.
Oh, really? Oh, really?
I don't know why you're sitting here saying you're offended by all Republicans. I'm trying to give you my
because
perspective.
72% of them are backing a racist and somebody who has abused women. That's why.
So in other words, she's standing there on live television dissing more than half of America, and she's still on the air. I'd like to know who's paying her salary. Could it be George Soros, by the way, keeping these the mainstream media and The View on air? Because I don't get it. Trump won the popular vote. Don't look at the illegals. The illegals aren't even wasting their time watching The View. They can't even understand what the hell they're saying. But the fact of the matter is that more than half of the people are Republicans that voted for Trump. So she's still on The View insulting to that degree? No, this is being paid for by other people. It's not being paid for only by sponsors. It can't. You can't go on live television and insult half of the population. It just doesn't happen that way.
Do you know that my father was accused of being racist, and
your
Ron
father
was
is not in
accused
the
of being
Republican
racist,
Party
and
today, darling.
And Jeb Bush was accused. But you're talking about
those people are not in today's Republican
I look
Party.
forward to having this conversation with Van on Saturday.
Good.
Now on to a Daily Mail TV exclusive, Insufferable. That's how Purdue...
Well, let's move along. But you could see the hatred there. But Meghan came back for more the next day, where she said, for all of this drama, I could have just stayed at Fox News, for God's sake. So the ongoing feud was really heating up behind the scenes when Joy made that horrific statement on air about Vice President Mike Pence and Christians being mentally ill. So this is what I'm trying to say. So she's talking about more than half of the population now that are Christian being mentally ill, and she's still on the air. Explain that to me. No, this is some kind of monkey business is going on with these television programs. They're not being funded by only the advertisers. Can't be. You cannot be on mainstream media and do this kind of, spew this kind of rhetoric. Meghan saw an opening to really get Joy at that point. Behar's big mouth has gotten her in the show in a hot mess. And those are probably fake applause also, because they have them in the studio. Those are studio effects. You see what I'm saying? There's no way that much, that amount of applause took place when she was speaking like that. There's no way. No way. They probably cut the feed when the people were gasping and put in the applause instead. You see, because that's what they do on for television. So the show is in a hot mess over the Pence Christian mentality ill statement, and Joy was told to make apologies on air, correct? And she didn't. Might I add, Meghan started to slam Joy during her so-called apology, which was no apology when Whoopi stopped her. No, I am going to stop you right there, said Goldberg to McCain, as Meghan was starting to make a statement about how much Christians were offended by Joy. Now, backstage is like a gathering for a funeral. Meghan has complained the show is fake news. Whoa. Behind the scenes, to anyone who would listen, it's almost like she is trying to get fired. Here's hoping Meghan McCain can do one thing right and bring down that show. It's going to go down on its own unless you can investigate where the funding is coming from. I've never been a huge fan of Meghan McCain, but if she can wreak havoc, the View, if she can wreck the View for good, yeah, okay. Sorry about that, folks, because I get a little emotional, and she will be making a lot of patriotic Americans happy. It's fine to showcase different opinions, correct? But that show is pure lies and leftist propaganda at its worst. No, I would say it's pure lies and leftist propaganda at its best, and worse if you dig deeper and you really let them speak. You would be astonished at what would be taking place on that show. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And again, thank you so much for watching.